pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I guess we're starting with the pool this time, because we've got it on the list first. Just a tidied up deal or whatever. The pool has been emptied. The leaves and everything are out of it. The sand is out of the filters. I believe this Sunday is when we're gonna do some pressure washing on it. And I'm gonna meet with and the sand is at my house. And I'm gonna chat with the guy from Palmer Pools to fill those sand filters. We've got a couple of them that the drain bung in the bottom of the tank leaks. I'm not gonna fill them until I figure out how to get that to hold water. So there's a little repair that needs to happen. The inside of the tank's cleaned up really nicely.
Good.
So that was better than I anticipated. So I think that should be where we're at for there.
Is none of the members of the pool committee were coming to,
I don't
are
see
you on the
any,
pool
so
committee?
Yeah.
Do they got an update?
Nothing really more other than, what is it, the 10th and 11th, if it works out, we were gonna do painting that weekend, cleaning.
that's right.
Yeah.
Look at my calendar to confirm that. I know I'm out of town that day, so I will not be there.
Yeah, cause, Shannon talked to Tony and got set up with him for trying to turn the water on and. that
It's
kinda
on.
stuff.
The water's already on.
Yeah, he was up there today.
And
and
then,
turned it on.
after we get it painted and stuff, then get it filled, cause she got, what did she say, 2 weeks after putting the chemicals in, or it's a
After
2
putting
week
the water
period.
in.
Yeah, for the chemicals in the water.
To
for-
regulate, yeah.
Yeah,
So anyway, yes.
other
they're-
than that, that's.
They're planning 10 and 11 to paint the pool. We're gonna pressure wash it on the 5th. And then I think, maybe I'll ask some different people, or if you wanna help at all. I've been using a vinyl patch, vinyl cement patch that is over at Farming Home. I put it on the bottom of the pool last year and it seems to have held up very nicely. It's inexpensive and it's fast. So the couple of holes that are in the cement,
Like the pit, the
Yeah.
pitting.
those kind of things, I think we can just trowel over them, and the spots that I filled last year stuck and it stayed.
Did you get that, the main bottom piece, did you get that rebuilt?
Not yet. I need to.
Is that stainless?
Not right now, but it will be when I get done. Yeah, I don't know why you would put regular
I know.
steel in a chlorine environment, that's just, I don't get it. There's a plastic piece that's designated by the state or the feds or DPR.
Federal government, yeah,
That's gotta stay,
yes.
but the structure underneath it is all just mild steel. I'm thinking aluminum or stainless can be done. Just expanded metal, 4 legs, we're all done. It isn't that big of a deal. So maybe that's something that I can kind of throw your way and.
So on the 5th, you're gonna be pressure washing and doing that putty thingy? Or you're not sure
Possibly.
when you're doing the putty?
I don't know when I'm gonna
Okay.
repair this stuff. I might do some of the repairs before I pressure wash, just because it can't be real wet when I do it. And because we've got the sump pump in the bottom of the hole, as it rains, it's washing, so we're way ahead of the curve cleaning already. So, anyway, I don't believe I have anything else on the pool. Thank you very much for buying sand. Westergaard's brought the sand for that, so thank you very much for that.
Yes. I have a question. Do we have more than 4 lifeguards?
We have 2 applications right here, you guys need to approve.
2 more, or
Yep.
the same ones that,
They were here last year, they're returning guards.
okay,
These 2.
so that's,
So
okay.
this will
two
be
returning
6.
Oh, so we'll have 6.
Yeah,
Did
and
we-
there's like 4 more applications out that haven't turned theirs back
Okay,
in yet.
so have they, found a place to get their lifeguard
They
certification?
have not contacted me, I do not know.
Okay.
And anyway, so we'll, I have 3 applications for Brad, Ellen, and Norton Peters. I will accept a motion to hire these pending them being qualified to do the job.
I make a motion that we rehire them.
Do we have a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
It was Brad Allen and,
Morning, Peters.
oh,
Thank you. Okay. So that will be a total of 6 that we've got okayed so far,
Yep.
and then plus 4 waiting. And we have our managers already spoken for.
Yep.
Has she taken?
Yes, she's
Yep,
done.
and she
So-
asked it.
Yep.
I figured she would. That's good. Okay. Anything else on the pool? By the way, thank you for the help on the pool also.
It wasn't much help, I just held a flashlight.
Yeah, we'll take that with us.
I guess some of there were, I don't know if it's a daycare deal or what, they were asking if we were gonna do, swimming lessons. And Shannon said yes.
Yeah, that's.
They were gonna have to work out a time or whatever, but
I think
they
that
were going
falls to the
to
manager. to
Yeah,
decide.
they all set those up, yeah.
So anything else on the pool? Welcome sign, it says Mary fixed it up.
I had volunteered to go down there and fix them, but I got a mix on that from this guy.
Okay.
Doesn't think I need to be down there by myself, so.
She's not gonna be picking up them blocks,
Okay.
so.
It's
whatever.
not that I can't.
I'd point to.
Anyway, I'll talk to the HTP girls and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Although it probably would be better to have some boulders down there.
They probably would fall over you.
They probably would not fall over.
You know, if we got limestone pavers, you know, but. Anyway.
Yeah, move on.
Anything else on the welcome sign?
I have him doing all kinds of stuff over.
He must really like you.
Part
I
of the
think he
deal.
does.
Okay, how about Strike Park? I know we planted some trees down there. I know there's a kaleidoscope ready to go in down there. They're talking about doing some inflatables down there, which I need to redo the electric to the schoolhouse. I'm gonna bring in at least 60 and maybe 100 amp service in there, just so that it's there. Cause they're wanting to do inflatables and stuff. 60 is the minimum that I can put in, 100 amps is.
So what's the deal with this, the one you're making, and the one that, they're gonna be putting in, I mean, the one that Dick's building, it's like,
They're 2 different ones.
it's 2 different,
Yeah, Dick is building, I was building the prototype, and then Dick is building the final. And what my thought is I would like to finish the one that we worked on and put it out at Sunset Ridge, and then we'll have a kaleidoscope, because we don't need 2 at one park. put one out.
But are they making these big ones
Yes,
for all these parks?
yes, the size that you worked on.
No, the size that he's building.
It's the same size.
No, it ain't.
It is.
No.
They're bigger or
I
smaller?
mean, hell, that pipe's that big, one he's got. 8 foot long. But he said he's, supposed to build like,
9 of them.
yeah, 9 or
There's
10.
one for each town in
Yeah.
Pocahontas County.
Yeah. So is that part of this deal? Or
This-
the one that you're putting together, or
The one that I put together is aside from, I was building the prototype, and I didn't follow through on it very well. And so they got Dick to build them, the finished ones.
So he still has an unfinished prototype that he wants to finish and maybe place at
Well,
sunset.
what, why not put that big one down there?
Down where?
At
Down
sunset. He's talking about sunset.
Oh, just because the original plan was to put it at Stripe,
Oh, the big one?
and so.
I mean, this thing looks like a damn spaceship.
Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Did they powder coat it, I assume?
No, he's still working on it.
Okay.
But, this looks like a little tinker toy, the one you're putting together.
Okay. Well, I assumed it was gonna be similar to the one I built, because if it got a lot bigger than the one I built, you can't, and except for an adult, you can't see it. It's too high.
Well, he's got this, it's gonna be low, but it's got adjustments on it. It's quite,
Adjustments.
where you can
Like
turn
height?
it. You can actually turn,
Yeah, the color wheels are pretty
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
They're all, and that was something that was where I was running into the snag that I was having in my brain. Forgive me for saying I all the time, but I was building it, so. But I think those color wheels are gonna be subject to vandalism. And so,
vandalism in Rolfe. That'd be, can't
So-
imagine that.
so my thought was to try and put it inside a kaleidoscope like the ones that you and I played with when we were kids,
Yeah.
that turned inside.
Yeah, there's a lot of movable parts in it.
Yeah, I'm thinking subject to a baseball bat, probably not gonna work very well, but I didn't build it and I didn't design it, so I just said, I think it's gonna be subject to vandalism, and I quit. Because, but anyway, that's been decided by people way higher up than me, that that's what they're gonna do in each city park. And each town, one per town, and it's supposed to be a visitor, kind of like your rock, so that people will come to town and see the kaleidoscope. Pocahontas County, every town has got this, they'll come to town and see the kaleidoscope. I said, good, that
Yeah.
works.
Well, it's something to see.
Yep, so anyway, I'm still,
Well, we just have to hope that there's not vandalism with it. And
or if we
People
happen
start
to see
appreciating
vandals,
these
we happen to catch them and, oh, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
cameras.
Anyway, yeah, a baseball bat would be a good way to catch him. I shouldn't even say that, people.
I know.
Okay, anything else on the welcome sign? Anything else on Stripe Perk? I guess, you got your trees planted?
No, they shorted us a tree and they're gonna bring more. I just don't know when.
Okay,
So we'll plant that tree down there. All the other parts, we planted the trees in.
okay,
And we had some good help
good.
from Phyllis Milligan's little kids, grandkids. Oh my gosh, they worked so hard. William and Donovan, and then Lena. Oh gosh, they got right down in there and dirty.
That works great.
And they're not very big kids, but they worked very, very hard.
Oh, good. Okay, anything else on Stripe Park? Otherwise, we'll go to Trailhead. The screen is already back in,
Okay.
and I think the brush is gone.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that I took it, so. unless there's more. Anything else on Trailhead? Otherwise, we'll go with Ben Dixon.
There's one tree down there that I unstaked. It was outgrowing the protective plastic around the
Okay.
trunk, and then the stays had come loose and it was rubbing up against one of the posts, so I just took the posts out altogether.
Good plan.
It's done. We're short a tree down there, we're waiting on one
Okay.
to be delivered, and I restaked all the other trees, so.
The new ones, or younger ones? Okay, thank you for that.
The water is on, it just turned the water on, and as soon as Jess goes down and cleans it, she's been instructed to keep them unlocked. It's open for the season.
Great. And I assume the same with, all the
Sunset,
other parts?
yeah, Sunset Ridge has been done, but we're probably gonna hold off on unlocking it for a couple of weeks, cause we have some graduations coming up down there, so we're just gonna probably keep it unless somebody.
Clean.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. Anything else on Ben Dixon Park? There's grass growing in the infield there, isn't there? Do we?
Needs to be sprayed. Or
No.
drug.
Robert
because,
talked about dragging that with a harrow. Is that what you would do?
I think they
This
just,
is what Robert did do.
I think they just took like bed springs and drug it, and that took care of most of the weeds and stuff in the infield.
Okay. Is it,
I know Jeff and Shannon, they always drag it before we do the ball games with
Yeah.
or
Well, that's his big, yeah, doing it, it takes
yeah,
care
and
of
I
it.
don't know what, I think there's a deal down there that they hook up.
Yeah,
that was the problem, that got
there's
stolen.
another one down
Somebody
there.
take one back down there?
Yeah, I think so, cause there's one in the back,
Okay, cause
Fence
that was,
line.
last time I heard it was removed without telling anybody where it went.
and I think they're gonna have possibly, we're not positive, but there's a good
No,
possibility.
they're not gonna do that.
Oh, they're not gonna,
No,
no?
Steph talked to the guy and they rearranged their games, so they aren't
Okay.
gonna come over, but she told them that if things happen or whatever, give us a call and we'll,
Make it better.
so that they can,
So who did you say was gonna drag it?
Jeff and, Shannon, and Burke. They've always done it before before they start the ball games.
Shannon Peters?
No, Stephanie's husband.
Steph's husband,
Steph's husband is Shannon?
yes.
Oh, okay. And Jeff Firk?
Yeah, yeah, Carrie's,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a little outside the loop there. Okay, anything else on Ben Dixon Park? That'll be good, so they're gonna go ahead and drag that and get that up and ready, that'll be good. When does the summer ball games start?
June.
The
Father's Day.
June, right after Father's
Father's
Day, yeah, weekend, yeah.
Okay, anything else on Ben Dixon? Okay, how about Sunset Ridge? It looks really nice,
Just, the stuff I started and I just gotta finish it when I get time.
Okay. I was trying to talk my wife into buying the lakefront property there, but she didn't. She says, you know, she keeps looking at lakefront property and I said, that'd be ideal, you'd have a private lake virtually.
And you'd have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that garage.
So that, anyway, that one came good. How about the event center, where are we at up there?
For what?
The Ram Event Centers, Brandon, it started taking down yet, or are we still?
Waiting on the bond,
Your word.
information to come back so we can do a formal city bond, so we can pay for removal of the asbestos, and then Brandon can go to work after that.
Okay. Waiting on bond.
Got any idea how long that'll take, Jim?
It just depends, we're adding in those other things, so it's taking a little bit longer. We gotta do a prior resolution, and there's like 5, 6 resolutions.
So you talk with it, what are you thinking?
You just wanted to know if you knew how.
2 months maybe at the longest, if we don't call special meetings for anything.
Before we can even get started on that?
Correct.
Well, we need to jack that up some, if we can.
Push the state.
No, it has nothing to do with the state, we're gonna need a written contract from Brandoy on his price. I need all that for,
The bond,
yes.
okay, we have all of it.
But if we get, we need to get that rolling.
I'm working on it, because I have to get all
So
our
if we have to have a
contracts.
special meeting, we'll have to have a special meeting, but we need to get it going.
Yeah,
Did you get forget, I'll ask you that in a second.
No?
I didn't, but I won't. Bike trail, anything else we need to talk about?
I'm just about done putting the order together for signs. We'll get those on order by the end, hopefully by the end of the week or first part of next week. The 10th of a mile markers and stop signs and yield signs and whatever else is required.
Sure. Can that be hung on steel posts?
Yeah, a lot of them can be. We just have to get clearance from the county and the state as to exactly how far off the roadway do we have to place them. So that we don't interfere with traffic, and also we don't end up in the middle of somebody's yard. So that's all gonna be worked out.
And the steel posts, we can get them square ones.
Okay. That'll be good. Anything else on the bike trail?
I'm hoping that once the beans are in, that Mike Berenson will bring his caterpillar in and help with the removal of the trees so we can widen that area out and then get gravel down and at least get part of the roadway done. We're also waiting on the seal coat to be done between the
Intersection?
post office and the corner down there so that we can hopefully get some markings down on the roadway too. At least get that far before they start the highway work.
Did you ever talk to them about getting rock for that path?
No, I haven't talked to
Have you
the point
found,
of contact. over
have you
there.
found out who's in charge of that over there?
Yeah, I've got the name and the number, I just haven't called him.
Who is it, you know?
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you. It's written down at home.
Okay. Anything else on the bike trail? How about gazebo park?
Just have to wait and see what they're doing with the sidewalks and everything.
We're still doing highway.
and I was gonna holler at the guys, but I haven't seen them do it, and every time they come in, I forget about it. There's a board that's halfway hanging, so it needs a nail or two.
On the
Oh, on
On the
gazebo?
gazebo, yes.
I'll just write that down.
You talking about a rail?
And one of the 2x4s that are on the wall, it's hanging, one of the ends is hanging down. It needs a nail or two,
We'll put a screw in it when I
or a
get
screw, whatever you wanna do.
Help me remember when we get done, Jim, and we'll try over there. I got the service truck here, so I can do that.
HTP girls met, well, we met at my house and we were talking about a couple other options, things to do there to clean it up a little bit before we do any planting. So it seemed, like we said in the past, it seems very congested down there because it's such a small lot. And here's the gazebo and here's John Rolfe, and then if we start doing all this other stuff. So we're kind of coming up with some ideas and then maybe talk to the bank about a couple things there. Because we don't know if it's city property that all those trees are on, it's divide, the gazebo park from the bank, so we need to find that out.
I think they're the banks.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, because I know on the backside when there was a big dead tree,
Yeah.
that didn't belong to the bank, it belonged to the vet. So that really should be figured out exactly what is city property, not what's vets and not what's the bank.
You should be able to look on the Beacon
Yeah.
Assessor site for legal description and measure from
Yeah.
the center of the road
Mm,
and know exactly how many feet it is north.
Yep.
It's pretty straightforward. Anything else on gazebo or Heritage Park? I know that we've got a new neighbor to Heritage Park, and I'm looking forward to them doing some good things in there. They've got electricity now, so.
Where is this?
The grocery store, Billboard
Oh,
store.
okay, all right.
And, there's probably gonna be a bakery in there.
I heard maybe, yeah, well, the one in West Bend's going over really well.
Mhm.
That's Sonia's daughter.
Coffee shop in there too or something.
I think that'd be cool. All those in favor of going?
All y'all, good coffee too?
Sure. Okay, how about the community center? Barb called me and said that the doors are in.
Maybe on certain parts.
Okay, so they're not all in yet then.
Who's putting them in?
Elderly
I'll
class.
go on glass. And then I'm gonna drop an extension cord to them and plug them in.
They've got, some extra money left over in their fund, and they wanna put down flooring out in the entryway. Replace the flooring similar to what they got in the kitchen,
Okay,
and,
I guess
and then paint it and
paint the walls,
paint
Yeah.
the walls.
okay?
Do,
Do we need to vote to accept those donations and ideas, or do we wanna actually see what they're doing before we give them permission to do it?
Probably firm up everything.
yeah,
We've ran into that at church, that people were donating stuff and we got junk that we didn't want there.
sure.
And so we have made a decision, it's gotta go past the board before you can bring it in, even if you're giving it to us. Cause otherwise you get stuff that, you know, it's good-hearted, but I don't want it, so. Anything else there?
We're not going to replace the runners, are we? We're just going to clean
I didn't
those?
hear about that, but maybe there is a plan.
Well, we talked about it, and when we had our meeting in the
For
library,
information off of
and
that.
we talked about the runners, but the runners seem
Just
okay, they
information,
just
he said.
probably need
I'll need
to
it
be
back.
cleaned. I can't see going out and, you know, spending money that we really don't have to replace them when they could be cleaned.
You give this to me when I get my
Yeah.
glasses.
I think, I mean, we'll
Yeah.
converse about that a little bit more. Anyway,
Okay, anything else that we need to talk about? Otherwise, I will accept the motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
I.
Opposed can go home anyway. Okay, thank you very much for joining me again.
Oh, that's what